Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk's quick SmackDown review. That's right, because I'm still on my Christmas break. I've got to quickly do these reviews. So, this is SmackDown Live review. Hit the music. So we kicked off the show with R-Truth and Carmella both dressed up as Santa, and Carmella dressed up as Santa's little helper, an elf. They were handing out presents, having a glorious little Christmas, little get together in the ring. They were interrupted by the angry Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan. He pretty much stated that it's because of Christmas, because of people being greedy, the environment's dying and all this lot. And R-Truth pretty much defended Christmas. Daniel Bryan didn't appreciate this and he took out R-Truth. Carmella was pretty useless in this segment. She was screaming, telling Daniel to get off R-Truth, but obviously she can't really duo and Daniel can't do anything to her. But yeah, I found this to be a good heel heat for Daniel Bryan. R-Truth, a lovable babyface which can take a beating like this but not affect his standings as a wrestler. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I'm going to mark all the matches this time because there's a lot of good matches and they need marking each separate. But yeah, 6 out of 10 this time around. Good start to the show. Next up we had Mustafa Ali versus Andrade, Cien, Almas for the first time ever in a singles match. This was brilliant. This was a high-flying move based match and both guys showing exactly what they can do. Andrade, Cien, Almas for me is one of the best new faces on SmackDown Live. Mustafa Ali, recent heart of 205, in my opinion is going to replace Daniel Bryan as the new heart of SmackDown Live, and these two just have chemistry. If this was for a title I would have been happy, but this being a singles match to really build up Mustafa Ali I think was the right opponent. It's given Andrade some time on air. Yes, Andrade did lose, but let's be honest, these two really have chemistry. It's showing the audience. We can use these as breadcrumbs. If Mustafa Ali ever wins a singles title like the US title or something like that, and then we could have Andrade challenge him, that could be a great feud. These two really do have brilliant chemistry. Mainly because their in-ring styles are so similar. And let's be honest, Andrade Cien Almas came out from NXT as one of the hottest commodities from NXT. He's been on SmackDown Live for a while now. I think he needs something to happen now, and these type of matches, these big type matches against Mustafa Ali could really up his level in the main roster. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Brilliant match, check it out guys. Next up we had an 8-man tag team match where we saw the Usos teaming up with Gallows and Anderson taking on the Bar and Killian Dane and Wolf from SAnitY. This for me was a great tag team match and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It put over Gallows and Anderson, a tag team which I think has struggled, and it give TV time to both SAnitY and Gallows and Anderson who have desperately needed it. The New Day were on commentating as well, which I'm not a huge fan of their commentating, but it was quite funny after the match where Xavier Woods was praising SmackDown Live's tag team division, saying you could hear him about to say this is the best tag team division in the world, and they cut him off before he could say that, and I thought, oh, that is just so funny. It was just like typical WWE. SmackDown Live's tag team division is the best tag team division in all of WWE right now, including NXT on that one, and they have Undisputed Era. But yeah, brilliant match. Gallows and Anderson not just won the match for the baby faces, but they also pinned the Bar. Now that could lead up to an opportunity. I hope it does. Maybe we could see a new tag team champions just before WrestleMania, where we could see Gallows and Anderson finally get the SmackDown tag team titles, which I think they've needed to help. I think they need a title run desperate more than anyone else on the SmackDown tag team division. The match itself is going to get a 7 out of 10 again. Like I said, fun match. Next up we had Shane O'Mac as a special guest for Miz TV. They talked, pretty much Shane was on the he expected it to be talking about what the new direction of WWE is going to be, especially for Raw and SmackDown, but the Miz really had one one thing on his mind, and it's the Best in the World tag team, aka he wants to tag with Shane. It's been a kind of an interesting story since the Best in the World tournament ended, and I thought this could be interesting, and it really did. I think they've, out of something really crappy, they've managed to build a good story, and that's all credit to the Miz. Again, I keep saying it, he's a fantastic worker. You give him something rubbish like this, and he works with it, and he actually gets it over, and that just shows how good the Miz is. He pretty much told the story about his dad, how his dad said, like, wrestlers who are like high flyers, 205 guys he really respects, but never really respected what the Miz was able to do. I mean, he saw Shane O'Mac and said Shane O'Mac is one of the best in the world, and you should, if you tagged with him, it would be something to be proud of. And I think the Miz, really sold it, and it came off across more like, instead of him being a despicable heel, it was more like a babyface kind of thing. And I can't wait to see how this goes. I usually try and predict how tag teams go, and we've seen how bad that goes with Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. I always said those two would separate, and we could see Bobby Roode turn heel. That hasn't happened yet, but it could be interesting. Could this be the leading up to the build up to Shane O'Mac versus The Miz at WrestleMania? Who knows? But that could be a really good match. If we could have Shane turn heel and The Miz turn babyface, a double turn, maybe that could be in the works. We'll have to wait and see. Really strong segment, really good promo from The Miz. I'm going to give it another 7 out of 10. Next up, we had Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. This for me was the one match I was not interested in at all, and it kind of went that way, mainly because Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe are really good competitors, but for me personally, it just has no chemistry, and that's how it felt throughout the whole match. Jeff Hardy is a great worker, and Samoa Joe is a great seller and worker in the ring, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the story they've been given and they just can't get it over, or is it just because, let's be honest, half the time Jeff looks knackered in the ring anyway. So it's just one of those things. For me, this was interesting because it looked like finding Samoa Joe's mind games about worrying about Jeff's, drinking and all this substance abuse really has got into Jeff Hardy's head, and he's finally lost it with Samoa Joe. He beat the crap out of Samoa Joe until the referee had to call off the match. Samoa Joe did get a bit more on Jeff Hardy when he put him in the cleaner clutch, which knocked Jeff Hardy out. This is still going to continue the feud between the two, but it could add more later. Could we see the breakdown of Jeff Hardy? Is Samoa Joe's mind games finally working? We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10, but the potential is building up better now. But like I said, I wasn't looking forward to this match in the first place. And our main event of the night was Shinsuke Nakamura defending his United States Championship match against Rusev. It's been all around the internet what the result for this match was. Rusev did win, but my God, I am going to give this match I'm going to give the match its score now. I'm probably scoring it higher because I was more impressed with Shinsuke Nakamura, but it was a 9 out of 10 for me. It was a really, really good match. Why? It was probably Shinsuke Nakamura's best match in a very, very long time. He didn't try and do any dirty tricks as much. It felt hard hitting. But this Shinsuke Nakamura is a wrestler who needs strong style in his fighting, and there's a lot of wrestlers I don't think will take it. I think Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, and Rusev are very few who will go, yeah, I will take the harder hitting style of strong style, which Shinsuke is famous for. And this is what it was all about. Shinsuke looked really good in this, and Rusev looked amazing, and he won the title, and he deserved it. I think he deserved the title a little bit further on, a few months ago, when Rusev Day was more over. But now, no, it's finally good to see Rusev hold a singles title again. The US title seems to become his title. He's held it, I think, 3 times now. He really is a, you think of titles with certain wrestlers, and I think Rusev's going to be that guy you kind of always think US champion, like the Miz, you always think Intercontinental champion. Rusev, you're always going to think US champion, I think, from now on. But yeah, brilliant match. Both guys really giving it all, and it was just a hard-hitting style, which we haven't seen from Shinsuke. Shinsuke's selling was fantastic. His impact moves were fantastic. Rusev's selling and just disbelief that Shinsuke kept on pulling out every time he tried to pin him. It was fantastic. I'm going, like I said, 9 out of 10. Worth watching, guys. Check it out. But that wasn't the end of the show. We did see AJ Styles at the end walking through the corridor. He got called in by Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon said, "Who are you?" And AJ gave him the answer. "I'm AJ Styles, I'm the phenomenal one." But Vince goes, "No, who are you?" And he goes, "Why aren't you on the show? If you're the guy who built SmackDown Live, why are you not on the show?" And he pushed AJ. He actually pushed him, and AJ slapped him, and he got annoyed. And it was I think it was a reaction Vince wanted. I think Vince wants an aggressive AJ Styles, because we had that AJ Styles when he was taking on John Cena and others. When he was heel, he turned babyface naturally, and I think Vince wants a more aggressive AJ Styles. But it was a really interesting ending. It was like not expected, where you see AJ put his hands on Mr. McMahon, which you don't often see. I think Kevin Owens was the last guy to do that, and that was over a year ago. So, you know, it's a big thing, and Kevin Owens was a heel at the time. AJ's a babyface. What is this leading to? This is all intriguing. You know, AJ Styles hitting Mr. McMahon could be leading to a big WrestleMania match, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Could we see AJ Styles versus Undertaker at WrestleMania? Who knows at this point? Who knows? But I am excited. I cannot wait to see where the storyline goes. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I'm very curious. It was a small, quick segment, but the potential is so huge. It's just fun. It's fun to speculate right now. And there you go, guys. That was SmackDown Live for this week. What did I think? I thought it was a really good show. It was a very typical show as well, just like Raw. Raw was very basic of being babyfaces all win because it's Christmas. Again, SmackDown Live was very much the same, where babyfaces all won in some way, apart from Daniel Bryan beating up R-Truth. But it had more of a line of, this is a continuing the storylines of every single bit. Like the tag team matches, Gallows and Anderson being the ones to, you know, pin Cesaro, a SmackDown Tag Team Champion. AJ Styles smacking Mr. McMahon in the face. Rusev winning the US title. Everything like that is very interesting. It's building up stories, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. Not to Royal Rumble, which is my favourite pay-per-view of the year. That is my favourite. But to WrestleMania, I know everything's building up to a WrestleMania now. You can tell as a fan, right? It's that big time of year. But it's just exciting to see how SmackDown is just continue. Even the Christmas stuff is being used for storylines. But what did you guys think? What was your favourite part? Leave it in the comments below. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe, press the notification if you wonder. And thank you for watching. I'm going to get back to my Christmas, and I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Review.